So I think something happened, but if you look at the Mahabharata, it ends. How does it end? The just side wins, the Pandavas win the battle, the Kauravas are defeated, but the whole of what is effectively the Indo-Gangetic plain is full of funeral pyres with dead bodies being burnt, women weeping about lost men. That's the scene with which Mahabharata ends. It's hard to say that actually, as far as Mahabharata is concerned, the epic regarded that Arjuna lost the argument. His argument certainly did not lose, given the priorities of Mahabharata. Why am I talking about all this? Well, there are two reasons. One which was important for Parliament, and the one is why I think it's important here today. The Parliament I was talking about, I was asked to talk about justice, and I was talking about it. And as it happens, in the European development of the theory of justice, and all theories of justice now follow from this post-Enlightenment tradition, there are these two groups of people. There are people like Kant and Rousseau, and earlier than both of them, Hobbes, who talk about getting the institutions right. They're asking the question, what are the perfectly just institutions? Whereas there are others, including an economist, but he was primarily a philosopher, Adam Smith, Condorcet, who was the originator of social choice theory, which is the subject on which I work mostly. And contrary to what I've seen in the paper, that I got the Nobel for something to do with poverty and all the nice things you said, it was really social choice theory that they emphasized in their report. So that's concerned with judging outcomes, and not perfect outcomes, but how can you improve the outcome? If you find that you can change slavery in some ways, abolishing it would be ideal, if not weakening it, and so on. Each of these are justice improving changes. So that latter is a Nyaya view, and the other is a Niti view, and so happens that pretty much all theory of justice today, including that of John Rawls, Robert Nozick, Ronald Dworkin, all the ones that Tom Nagel, you can think of, are basically Niti-based view. And I was arguing and presenting to Parliament why in India we need a Nyaya-based view. The classic example that the Nyaya theorists produce is Matsya Nyaya, of a bad thing. Matsya is fish. Matsya Nyaya is the justice in the world of fish. And this is based on Sanskrit biological studies, zoology as it were. Namely, in the world of fish, the big fish can eat up the small fish without worrying. And what the Matsya Nyaya critiques in Indian legal theories argue is that no matter how this comes about, no matter how good the rules look like, if the result is that large fish can eat up small fish as they like, then there is lack of justice. You cannot say there is justice by saying the rules are very good. That's the distinction. And that brings me to the IIT, and that's the second reason for reviving that question today. I think one of the main distinctions between science, in a pure sense, and engineering, is ability to get the realization that you're needing. If you're trying to construct a bridge, well, it has to end up in a good bridge. It wouldn't be good to have a good theory of a bridge that doesn't work. I'm not decrying the importance of science at all. And I know that IIT does a lot of pure science as well, but I'm thinking of the major motivation about technology in particular. And I'm full of admiration for pure theories which may or may not have application. I spend a lot of time every week with my friend Andy Strominger, a great string theorist, and it's not even clear that whether string theory could be in any way applied to the world as we can observe. There's some possibility there, but nothing of a certainty there. That's not a world of technology and engineering. It absolutely has to work. So the basic philosophy behind engineering and technology is the correctness and the as good as possibleness of the realizations. That's the world of now, I think. And I think that's important to bear in mind in the context of recognizing that what the IITs did, and this is where I'm coming back to the old question with which I began, is not just provide a lot of technical education. It brought in a departure of the culture of getting things done and getting things done appropriately. Of this a part, of course, is science, but particularly science in an applied sense, in a way that it would work. It changed the perception, and I think if we look at the great booms of the Indian industries that have happened, the Indian production things, whether we think about information technology or think of pharmaceuticals and other areas, they're really deeply concerned with delivering results. And not that they always deliver results, I have to say. I noticed that my local cable company in Cambridge, England, when I spent the summer, when there was a cable fault, I rang up and I said, it's not working. Could you send someone? He said, it will take 2. It will take 7 days to fix something. I said, this is ridiculous. I said, I'm actually central Cambridge. My office is probably about 200 meters from yours. Where is your office? And he said, in Bangalore. So I said, well, in that case, I think you might need 7 days, conceivably. So I think it's not always that it succeeds, but the intention always is, and that is going to be corrected. That would be obviously not a case of success. Indeed, I gathered that the cable company has changed that. I didn't want to take business away from Bangalore, but I would like Bangalore to be able to fix my thing in Cranmer Road very quickly. So it's a culture in which things have moved. And I think if we count successes and failures, I think this is a major success. I think the fact that airlines run well, of course this morning we were delayed because of fog, but I can't fault the airline company. My travel agent tells me of the top 5 airlines in the world now, 2 are Indian, and of the top 10 there are 3. I think I came on the 3rd, but it was still a very good one. And I think that would have been unthinkable a few years ago. But what is needed is not so much that people know a little bit more about aviation, or somebody has gone to a catering school, or to exactly how to drive airplanes better. I think they will run pretty well. And in the absence of sabotage, even Air India's record technically is excellent. However, the fact of the matter is that there was a need for concentration on how things work out.